Hi, this is Lauren Anderson. I'm the Chainmail Lady, and today I'll be showing you the Dragonscale. The Dragonscale takes two different size jump rings. It takes large jump rings and small jump rings, and the small jump rings must fit inside of the large jump rings or the weave won't work. You're going to want to start out with a large ring, large ring, small ring, large ring. Okay, and we're going to add two closed large rings with a large ring, and I'm going to put the first large ring over the small ring, and I want to pick up just the small ring. It's kind of tricky. Okay, see, now I've got just the small ring. Then I'm going to put another large ring over the other small ring and scoop that one up. So now I have on my jump ring, I have both of the gold small rings on the open ring, and I've captured the two loose closed rings. Now I'll close that. Okay, so now this is what it should look like, and what I've done is I've just added this ring right here, and now I need to add two more large rings to either side. The large ring's going to go right through there, and the other large ring will go right through there. At this point, I find it helpful to add a paper clip or something to the bottom so that you know that which is the bottom of the weave, because the weave's going to build up this way, and this will become apparent later. I just add another large ring to the bottom of the weave. Okay, so now we've added three large rings. Now we're going to add two small rings. The two small rings they don't go in this row that we just added, they go in the previous row. I need to add three small rings. First small ring is going to go behind and pick up that ring, go right there inside that copper ring, and then out through the other copper ring. Don't worry, you'll be doing this enough to where you'll get used to it. Okay, so now, if you look at it, I've added one gold small ring. Now I need to add another one. I'm going to add one to this jump ring and one to this jump ring. Okay, let's take this one. See how this center ring that we just added, the small center ring, it's sitting on top of these two rings. That's important. Also, these two rings on the side are sitting inside of these copper rings. So now from this point we're going to add two large rings to the three small rings we just added. And the path of those is you're going to pick up this center ring, and you're going to pick up this ring right here on the right, the gold ring on the right. The next jump ring is going to go also through the center and then pick up the gold ring on the left. Here we go. I'm going to pick up the ring in the center and then pick up the ring on the right, close it, and I'm going to pick up the ring in the center, kind of put mine upside down to make it easier for me, and then I'm going to pick up that ring. And as you get working on this, it's going to stabilize. It won't be so floppy. Okay, so now I just added these two large rings. Now I'm going to add two small rings. But the small rings, again, they're not going to go on the rings you just added. They're going to go on the large rings, the row behind it. Okay? Take and open small jump ring, and I'm going to pick up this, the right jump ring. Now you want to make sure that your small ring goes through this copper ring here, around and through the middle ring. And if you could see from the top, okay, I came through this ring and then I went through this ring. But see how it's sitting inside of this ring right here? That's what needs to happen. It needs to sit on top of and inside of this ring. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to pick up this ring and pick up this ring, and it'll sit right in through here. So now I've just added 2 small gold rings. Now there's, if you notice, looking at it from the top, these 2 gold rings are sitting on top of these 2 copper rings in the back. They need to sit inside of those copper rings. The best way to do that is take your pliers. You're going to put your pliers on this copper jump ring and then tuck this silver one or gold one in there. And I do this and push, and see now that gold ring is inside of the copper ring. See how this one is still sitting on top of that copper? It needs to be on the inside. If you don't tuck these rings in, the weave is going to lock up. Okay, so now we just added these 2 small rings. Now we're going to add 3 large rings to those 2 small rings we just added. Put one on one side, or one in the center, and one on the left. Okay, I added 3 large, now I need to add 3 small. Now the 3 small, again, you're not going to use these jump rings we just added. We're going for the 2 right behind it. I'm going to go through this ring, around through here, out through that ring. Through that ring, kind of tuck it in to that ring. Close it. Now you have 1 ring. Now you add 1 to either side. And again, it's the row behind. Okay, now these gold rings are going to tuck right inside, be sandwiched in between there. This one is going to be sandwiched right there. And now if you look at the back again, this one's sticking out. We need to tuck that in again. So just take your pliers and tuck it back in. You're going to add 2 large jump rings to the 3 small jump rings that you just added. So you're going to pick up the center, pick up the side, oops, close it, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Go through the center gold ring and the side gold ring, close it. Now you have added your 2 copper rings, and you're going to repeat this process. You're going to add 2 gold rings, small gold rings, to these previous row of copper rings, and then add 3 large rings, 3 small rings, 2 large rings, 2 small rings, and you're going to continue that pattern for the length of your bracelet.